This is a dark screen video. Nothing else on the screen. It best conveys the way my brain is right now, the way my mind is. I know so many out there will go, well, no one wants to hear you when you're dark. No one wants to hear you when you feel bad. Well, if you don't, that's fine. I can't say how grateful I am. I cannot convey how grateful I am for those that have sent their love, their kindness, taking the time to share with me in this journey, taking the time to post, to email me, and to send the sweet, sweet love that you have sent, the kind sweetness, basically. There's a new person who's been emailing me quite a bit, and she's very, very kind, is very talented as well. And having that expression helps. A way to express your feelings on your YouTube channel. It helps out. But I just want to tell everyone that my mama is in a lot of pain still, so if you could keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. She's in a lot of pain. And suddenly my darkness and depression hit out of nowhere, and then that sense of hopelessness comes back. And it doesn't matter how well things seem to be, that sense can hit you. That feeling can hit. And then you just want to go into the dark room. You just want to go into a dark area, be to yourself, and just be by yourself. Just be there and just... And sometimes actually doing this helps. Doing what I'm doing right now helps. And those on this journey that go through that similar thing know exactly what I'm talking about. And there are many people who have come out of that struggle, of that darkness, and maybe I'm gonna be one of them, the ones that go get out of that. Maybe the Lord will help me get out of that darkness. And it's like a cloudiness that it's like your brain is not allowed to function normally, and something says, nope, not gonna happen. And then immediately your brain just says, nope, you're not gonna be normal. But on top of feeling this way, I made some soup and some pork chops, some baked potatoes. Mama and I made slaw. She put the stuff together and I made the slaw, but she tried to walk across the floor. Anything she eats hurts her. And then she swells. There's beautiful snow outside. We did get to go out and watch that for 5 minutes together. And she didn't feel like sitting out there, but it was really beautiful. It was snowing very heavy, and all the trees are white and everything. So that's really pretty. But she's feeling really bad and hurting. She goes, oh, oh, every movement. Every single movement that she makes across, just walking across the floor, she hurts. And it bothers me. It worries me. And then my mind also gets into that existential crisis. It goes, wow, like I'm 25 and I don't have a job. I haven't gone. They're going to look at that negatively once I do get a job. And I haven't gone. I mean, I'm here for Mama. I'm glad of that. But what if something happens? God forbid that something happens. And that's what my brain's been thinking lately. Things can happen in the blink of an eye and turn for the worse. I hope and pray that it doesn't. I hope and pray that it doesn't. That's what I've been worried about. I've been having these dreams and nightmares too that don't help one bit. And let's see, I just needed to share. And then that sense of hopelessness. And yeah, let me tell you, the dark side, the devil side, that tries to put that darkness in you to bring you down more, I'm sure. I was not having any of it earlier. I heard some things and then I said, no. You all know what I'm talking about, but out there in this world, other people think we're just imagining things and we're crazy. And I said, no, I am not even. I was like, Elohim Mashiach Yeshua. I was like, no, nope, not even. Still happened though, so I don't know if it was really, I don't know, it was weird. But it came back. I don't know, the chemicals, there's a darkness, and the chemicals, just like my daddy heard someone on the radio talking about this on Coast to Coast Radio, and he was saying that there was a darkness in him, but yet he had a spiritual power and ability, but there was a darkness in him. And he was talking to about a Hindu guy, but he was a Christian preacher. And he talked about that can happen, and it's a chemicals, it's a chemical reaction, and that's what you feel. That's what I feel in the brain. And a lot of times I will channel it into poetry, or I'll channel it into a song that I write, or a video or something where there's so many things that I like to do. I like to come up with poetry, songs, music, or sometimes just randomly acting something out, or just talking to myself in some kind of a crazy way, or sketches or skits that I do. I make Mama laugh. It reminds me of what Jim Carrey always said he did it for his mom, always made her laugh. And Jim Carrey said a lot of parents say, go to your room. He said that wasn't punishment for him, because that's where he said that's where his different voices and different expressions and acting came out. And when you get into that darkness, it gets deep. And it's like, no, just leave me alone. Like the song by NF, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Quiet, 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 leave me alone. And Billie Eilish even went through that, a lot of that, and thankfully she came out of it. It was good to see her actually come up out of that struggle. You should read some of the stories on that. I'm glad to hear she did come up out of that struggle. And she said for the past year or so, she's now been better, or 6 months, I should say, she's been better. And it is crazy. Like, you can feel when the chemicals change, and you're like, oh, I'm okay now. And you ride the manic train as long as you can to enjoy the positivity, the happiness, the laughter, the jokes, and the comedy that I just randomly come up with comical things. And you ride that train till then it crashes, and then you get into the depression mode, and it's like, really? Why? But then you get into that existential crisis of like, why? Man, oh man, why? And I was thinking, man, I'm 25 and I haven't been able to, I used to, whenever I'd try to apply to a college. And years ago I tried to go when I was going through that darkness of depression, right out of high school, and that anxiety, that was the problem. I couldn't even hardly look at the road in the passenger side of the vehicle without blacking out. And I was like, and I would literally black out. That's the way I always was when trying to ride in the passenger side of a vehicle. And if I tried to talk to someone at the college that I was going to try to apply to, I went, and I couldn't even talk. And I had to go to the restroom, felt like I was going to throw up, and felt like I was going to black out. And that's a true story of how bad I was at the time. And it felt hopeless. And during that awakening time and shifting and all of that, it felt hopeless. And I didn't know what was going on. And I really still don't know what I'll do. It's a scary thought. When you start thinking about that point. And then everyone always says, "Well, you're where you're supposed to be." Where? Like, I mean, what is supposed to be? I mean, yes, I mean, I'm glad I'm here. That's not it. It's like, I mean, what is supposed to be? Everyone says, "Well, whatever will be, will be." What's supposed to be is going to be. Well, I mean, how do you know? How do you know that? And everyone always tells me that I'm where I'm supposed to be. Well, I hope so. Hope that's true. And I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm right here. I'm glad I've been able to help other individuals and other people out there and share with them. And I'm glad that I've been there for my parents so much. Just not sure what I'm going to do as far as a path in life. I'm going to have to find some path for not only for financially, but just to be able to get a path going in life. I'm 25 and it's like, what the heck am I going to do? I'm glad to be here for my mama. But society, just some of the employers and things would look at that like, well, what have you really done? You know how they are. But that anxiety and that depression that I went through, that still hits. That anxiety that I went through see, I'm feeling better now. I can feel my shift in thought because I shared. Sometimes I talk. I don't even post these videos. Kind of like that episode of the Looney Tunes show where he posted, Daffy Duck wrote the email out and he never did post it. He never did share it. Then he accidentally sent it because Bugs Bunny would write a bunch of stuff out just that he wanted to tell everyone, but he never did do it. Yosemite Sam did that too, or whatever. I think that was in the new Looney Tunes, the Looney Tunes show. That's what it was. Kind of like when you write a bunch of stuff out and then you delete it. That's what I kind of do with some of my voice recordings. I'll record a bunch of stuff out, then I'll delete it. It just helps me feel better to share it out. Kind of air it out, I guess. But I'm feeling a little bit better right now from talking. Maybe I'll post this. I don't know. But if I do, just know that my ups and downs happen. And I'm so glad to have been with you all through this journey. And I hope and pray that my mama feels better, that my daddy gets better, that I get better, that some sort of opportunity comes up. Yeah, I know they say you have people that come in your life that are meant to be and that help you move along, but if I'd have been ready, there were people that were there, certain teachers, certain people that just popped up that were needed to be, but I wasn't ready and I wasn't able. I almost blacked out every single time that I even tried to go into school or even talk. So I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know. And then with the irritable bowel and all that, and dealt with all of that stuff, people don't know. And society doesn't care. But anyway, yeah. What else was I going to say? I guess I've talked enough. Just real talk. Hold on. Just real talk. So anyway, obviously I guess I've talked for about 20 minutes. Just needed to share. I'm feeling a little better now that I've talked. But just pray for me. Mama, pray for Mama mostly, Mama and Daddy mostly. And me and all of us, pray that this darkness lifts from me. And hope and pray some positive energy. And if you can, the link's below for financial support for the channel and for me to help out. And if you'd like to email, the email's below. Thank you to that lovely individual for emailing me recently. Thank you very much. Your pictures that you shared were very interesting as well. The ghost picture. So peace and much love. Signing out. I just really needed to talk. I love you all.